Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Pick Six. This is your. There is nothing like a full Sunday where you're just a lazy bum on your couch while your diet consists of chips, chicken wings, pizza, and soda for a whole about 16 hours or so. That, my friends, is the NFL season. From watching your team slip you into an unlimited season-long depression over and over because they can't get the ball past the line of scrimmage, all the way up until your boy, whose team won the Super Bowl last year, has to call you numerous times over and over to remind you how much your team sucks because it's the only way he can compensate for his lack of masculinity. Or even the fantasy season where you decided to draft Kyle Pitts in round 5 because you still believe that there is hope. The 3-page long injury reports of yet another Tua Tagovailoa concussion, to watching our favorite comedy show called The Dallas Cowboys while Jerry Jones casually burns his entire franchise to the ground. Instances of just being a Bears fan and having to hear it casually over and over that this is their year. Spoiler, it isn't. We cover it all, ladies and gentlemen. This is Pick 6. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your favorite football podcast. This is Pick Six.
Had it right the first time. If that slipped out naturally, we have something.
That's insane. That is crazy. If that slipped out naturally from you, said that's crazy
shit.
work.
Go ahead, continue. It's okay.
We're gonna run that back.
No,
Turbo.
No, just keep going.
Oh,
just
no,
keep
keep
rolling.
going.
Oh, okay, cool. Anyway, this is your favorite football podcast. This is Pick 6, where your football reality gets constantly thrashed by 4 threats to national security.
Oh man.
I'll leave that up to interpretation for you guys.
What is there to interpret? There's only 4 of us here.
Shut up. Stop talking. My name is Yusuf Shaban, and I am joined by the usual suspects.
Yes, sir. My name is Isaiah Brune.
And Naoki.
Majid.
Jisri. All right, cool. I hate that you guys never say your last names. That shit
I
pisses
said
me
it.
the fuck off.
I didn't say it.
Thank you, Isaiah. Someone has common decency and professionalism.
Indeed.
And then there's Majid.
Jisri.
We have to use the fucking Zoom video, bro. That shit looks like a hostage right now.
Imagine. I'm gonna. All right, if you guys are watching this on Yusuf's screen, just watch Yusuf's side of the thing.
Why? Is mine bad?
I'm gonna pin Majid, and y'all just gonna tell me what it looks like.
Dude, blink if you need help.
Bro.
He's blinking a
Blinked
lot.
8 times.
Okay,
Something's in my eye, bro.
we back.
All right. Anyway, Majid's out of town. He's in the great state of Kansas at the moment.
Yes, sir.
Naoki's back.
back.
Back. Let's clap this shit up, boys. Yeah?
Welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
About goddamn time. We got an exciting episode for y'all. The injury report is back and is better than ever because we are entering week 1 tomorrow. Tomorrow night. Cowboys, Eagles, the start of the
Let's
NFL
go.
season. Let's get it going. Imagine,
Let's
Naoki,
go.
how pumped are y'all?
Dude,
Don't give a
I'm-
fuck.
I'm honestly more excited for Friday.
Yeah,
Hey,
that
bro.
too.
It's a long
Um,
time waited, bro. I'm ready.
So ready.
We're also
So
bringing
ready.
back our highly anticipated segment of Boom or Bust, which you guys loved so much.
We actually
also
renamed it.
got
It's
a-
Boomin' or Bussin'.
Boomin' or Bussin', correct.
Mm.
We've
Right.
also got a new segment called Plug In or Pull Out.
Mm-hmm.
We've got our games of the week, and of course, much more content for y'all. Myself and Isaiah are in the same fantasy football league
Yeah.
that we've been in for the last 10 years. We play each other this week.
Mhm.
Matter of fact, we're going to cover it pretty quickly right here. We're going to talk about the matchups that we got.
Yeah. Well,
Isaiah, you want to give your team first, or what do you want to do?
Well, yeah, just a quick breakdown. Shout out to Andrew Zafer Morrison. He is one of our league mates in Fantasy Clown Ball. He suggested that we kind of do a little bit of a dive each week on how our personal fantasy league is going. Because obviously this is not necessarily entirely a fantasy football show, but fantasy is a big part of it. So we think that we should keep you guys in the loop more of how we're doing fantasy-wise, just so you can know that you're not getting advice from complete degenerates. You know what I mean?
Well, we are.
Well, yeah, we are, but we're going to be fully transparent here because I think transparency is key when it comes to fantasy football. There's a lot of people out there who like to fake shit. But that being said, Fantasy Clown Ball is a league that I started 10 years ago. Yusuf, you are one of the OGs in the league. We have a few other OGs in the league, but it's been running for a long time now, and we are entering year 10. Yeah, since we are playing each other, if we want to read off our rosters really quick. For me, I got Lamar Jackson at quarterback. I got Bijan Robinson, who was actually my first pick.
How about this? Before you continue, how about we go position for position, then we kind of let these two gauge, and then we'll let the rest of the audience gauge.
Yeah, after we read our rosters, Majid and Naoki, I want you to tell us who has a better team.
Okay.
Cool. Bet.
All right, Zay, you said Lamar Jackson at QB, right?
Yep.
I have Justin Herbert.
All right. My RB1 is Bijan Robinson, who I took first pick. I had the first pick in the draft. I chose Bijan.
The number one pick. And he passed up on Jamar Chase.
What a dumbass.
Yeah. It shocked everyone. We were in a call, bro, and I couldn't believe.
That's a bold move. That's a very bold pick.
Damn.
It is. My RB1 is Devon Achane.
All right. My RB2 is Bucky Irving.
Okay.
My RB2 is James Cook.
My wide receiver one is Devontae Adams.
My wide receiver 1 is Malik Neighbors.
My wide receiver 2 is Marvin Harrison Jr.
My wide receiver 2 is T. Higgins.
My first flex spot, just to preface, we play a 2-flex league. We don't play tight end.
Yep.
My first flex spot is Emeka Egbuka.
My first flex spot is DeAndre Swift.
My second flex spot is Jalen Waddle.
My second flex spot is DJ Moore.
My defense is Steelers D against the New York Jets this week.
Mine is the 49ers defense against the Seattle Seahawks.
And then my kicker is Brandon Aubrey, the best kicker in football.
My kicker is Harrison Butker, the real best kicker in football.
And then we can read through our benches really quick. I'll just read mine, and then you read yours. So on my bench, I have Deebo Samuel. I have Jordan Addison. I have Zach Charbonnet. I have Mark Andrews. I have Amari Cooper. And then I have Will Shipley. And then in my IR spot, I have Brandon Ayuk.
I have Ricky Pearsall, wide receiver 1. I got Sam Laporta. I got Jordan Mason. I got Xavier Legette. I got Brian Robinson Jr. I got Trey Benson. And I got Isaiah's hero, Keenan Allen.
There we go. There's the teams.
Wow.
And we play each other week 1.
Yes, sir. This is a rivalry matchup.
Rivalry week.
Yeah, bro. I swept Isaiah last season, but he's been whooping up on me since the league started. But I beat him when it matters. I'm 1-0. I'm undefeated against him in the playoffs. That's all that matters.
Yeah. But for 9 straight years, though, I literally never lost to you in the regular season.
I did it when I did it when it matters. I did it when it matters. And you got swept last season. And I made playoffs and you didn't. So suck my dick.
He said none of that Lamar stuff, bro. Regular season stuff.
I'm excited. What do y'all think? Naoki, Majid.
I'll let you go. Naoki, you go first.
It honestly, all things considered, it's pretty even. I think there are obviously there's some positions that one overshadows the other, but it's honestly, if we're going by splits, it's pretty dang even. I think it's gonna come down to, I think the flexes are going to be a big thing. Use of you having DeAndre Swift, I think, as a flex.
I'm gonna swap it out. I'm putting Ricky Pearsall in.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, Yusuf has strong wide receivers. And Malik Neighbors and T. Higgins, those are super strong wide receivers for 1 and 2. Nothing wrong with, what did you have, Devontae Adams and?
I have Devontae and Marvin Harrison.
Those are also.
That's because I'm running back heavy. I got Bijan and Bucky.
You do have a big running back room. Yusuf, your running backs are who?
Devon Achane and James Cook, starters.
Yeah, those are solid.
Solid, but a little bit more on the lower tier.
I'm realistically, I'm taking Isaiah's running backs over mine. Like, there's no doubt about it.
And then the quarterback,
I feel like your wide receivers over mine.
And if
Yeah,
we're going,
but I feel like when it comes to depth at running back, I might have the slight edge.
I think where I beat you is Lamar Jackson.
in fantasy standards, I think that's where he has you
Mm.
beat.
I'm gonna be honest. I think Yusuf, you got your two wide receivers are better than Devontae, and because Devontae, we don't know how he's gonna be. It's a boom or bust, depending if he's gonna get touches. But I'll be honest. I think Isaiah's team clears yours because it's the bench too. We're also talking about the bench.
We want to
Belts
talk
any
about the
fucking
bench. I think
ass,
my
boy.
bench clears
Listen,
it.
listen. Not only the bench. I'm talking about quarterback clearly clears Herbert. Okay, because Lamar is like a 20+ point walking machine. His two running backs. Listen, Yusuf. I told you guys before. I'm not a Bijan guy. Bijan. I don't know where this hype came from. Listen,
Picking him
I don't know how.
picking him
I don't know
1-1
how
is
Bijan.
bold.
Listen.
Hey,
Yeah,
let's
taking
chill
him
out on
1-1
my
over
first
Chase,
pick.
triple crown king, and you took Bijan over him.
Hey,
Let alone you
triple
even took
crown
Saquon
last
over
year.
Bijan.
Triple crown last year.
And guess what? He's gonna be quadruple crown this year.
All right.
All right, bro. I'm
That's a
telling you.
bold
Listen,
take.
that was ballsy taking him even over Saquon is crazy. I get
Look,
it, health reasons, but
Can I break down to you my reasoning?
yeah.
It's pretty simple. Can you guys name me off the top of your head right now? I've done this before, but can you name me a player who finished first in fantasy the year prior, who then finished first in fantasy the next season?
I got you. It's about to be Jamar Chase this year.
Look, I just wanted
It's a
to.
good one.
That was good.
I just wanted to take a chance. The way I was seeing it is because having the first pick is tough because you go almost 20 picks without getting your next pick. So the way I looked at it was there's not really much for me at RB, when I get down there, or
Yeah.
at least to be my staple RB1. So I was thinking, you know what? Why not just go running back, and then worry about
I'm not
my
mad
wide
at that.
receivers
The,
later?
the wide receiver depth was way bigger than the running backs. I'm just
Exactly.
saying, as in taking Bijan over like Saquon though, that's kind of insane. Like Saquon, the only question is his health, but the O line is pretty much the same.
Madden
You know,
curse.
hey, we don't believe in that. Hey, listen, Saquon this year, offensive player of the year, back to back,
All right, bro.
Super Bowl, back to back. That's all I'm saying.
Also, let me note at the same time, Isaiah and I were on the complete opposite ends of the spectrum. He had the number 1 pick. I had the number 10 pick in a 10-man league.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
So,
you were last pick.
Oh, and
like,
obviously
there's a
we're
reason.
PPR.
I like your
Yeah,
receivers.
we're
Like talking about your flex, like obviously has like Buka, who's a big thing, but your receivers for sure are way better
fucking
than
stole
his.
Buka from me, bro.
Hey,
Damn
bro,
right I did.
was
that'd have been
pissed.
crazy.
Yeah, I'm just not sure about Jalen Wall at all at flex.
I'm not sure
Yeah,
about it either.
so-
The only stipulation with that is Tua, literally. But
Literally.
also to back that up, I have a Jordan Addison
Yeah.
who's stashed. I have a Brandon Ayuk who is stashed. I also have a Debo Samuel just to see how that plays out. So
Right.
know
Not
what
bad.
I mean?
It
You're
really
talking
isn't that
okay.
bad.
The names are great, but Addison's out for the first 3 weeks, and Brandon Ayuk is going to be out till halfway through the fantasy season.
Exactly.
Imagine-
Who won't even
imagine-
be probably at his.
Imagine you're talking about bench depth. I got
Addison
Laporta.
is a big name.
Yeah, I know, but 3 weeks again. He's not
Okay,
going to have.
Laporta, we gotta
out for
see it.
6. Let me just read this out. DeAndre
Uh,
Swift behind a revamped O line, and he's got Ben Johnson as his new head coach.
Someone's
Right.
a little butthurt.
I'm just saying. I'm just explaining my reasoning. Sam
Mm.
Laporta. I got Keenan Allen coming back to an offense
Fire.
that's
Yeah,
Okay.
you
surrounded
stole
around
Keenan
him.
from me, you fucking bitch.
Dang.
I got
Like
Jordan Mason, who's bound to be running back 1 in Minnesota very soon. I got Xavier Legette, who's wide receiver 1, just got traded back to Minnesota, so now he's got more room to operate. I got B-Rob, who's bound to get running back 1 reps, considering that CMC has a history of injury. And then I got Trey Benson, who's bound to be running back 1 also at some point because James Conner. Let's be fucking real with ourselves
Yeah,
here.
well,
Like, come on.
I got Will
Hey.
Shipley if Saquon dies, which
Exactly.
history has supported he
Fair.
will.
The curse.
And then I
But
have
we-
Zach Charbonnet, who is pretty much going to be RB1 by week 3.
Which is fair. Fair.
Yusuf, you name me 3 guys on that list that I'm like, okay, Keenan, I like that. Trey Benson, I like that one as well. But listen, Sam Laporta is kind of in the CJ Stroud. Had a slump year 1. I mean, had a
Mhm.
great year 1, slump year 2.
He's got Mark Andrews on his bench. Which
Yeah,
one are you taking
What are you
based on the
talking
last
about?
2 years?
What's the difference between the two? Honestly,
On the last
That's
2
my
years,
point.
who are you taking?
Shit, well, you
It's
can't
a
say last
coin
year's
toss.
because
It's a coin
it's a coin
toss.
toss.
Stop.
He's gonna get you. He's either gonna get you 15 or he's gonna get you 1. You choose.
Mark Andrews been shitty for the last 2 seasons. What we
Just
talking?
last year, the year before wasn't that bad. It wasn't
the
that
year
bad
before
last.
wasn't that bad at all,
Or-
actually.
Yeah,
He took a major decline the year before.
I think last year as
He
a whole,
went from top 3 years ago to fringe top 10
Last
2 years
year's
ago.
just bad because all tight ends around the league were declining.
That's
Like
true.
obviously you
just
got
so y'all know,
Kelsey.
Mark Andrews had 11 touchdowns last year, the most in his
I did not
career.
know that.
The most in his
I'm
career.
t I'm telling you, it's just because all the tight end declined last year. You had
Yeah,
obviously
speak
Kelsey.
speak with them. Kittle cooked. Shut the fuck up.
Anyway, though, this has been just a little bit of the coverage. Next week, when we get done with week 1 fantasy games, we'll dive in a little bit more to what the league looks like as a whole, what other teams look like, who might be on the watch to win the league. But for now, that's me and Yusuf. Now you guys know what teams we both represent when you listen to the show, what we think of what player. But yeah, that's Fantasy Clown Ball for you guys. But I think with all that being said, it's time to finally get back into some of the staples that we had last year. But yeah, now it's time that we get into the godforsaken injury report. This one is not that long. I mean, in comparison to some of the ones that we've had in years prior, but this one is not that bad. I'm going to start us off. The first player that we have on the injury report is Keon Coleman. Undisclosed injury. I could not find it. I looked really hard for it, but the second year Bills wide receiver was deemed a limited practice participant Wednesday, even though he's not considered a threat to miss game action at this time. His status should still be monitored for their game Sunday night. For fantasy purposes, I would have backups prepared if you are a Coleman owner. If you're in a deeper league and you're starting him, considering he's playing on a Sunday night, it can get a little tricky, so you want to make sure you have a player that's available beyond that in case he's a last-minute call out. So, yeah, just thought I'd bring that up. Next.
Joe Mixon. His foot and ankle. We have a feeling this will be a topic of discussion that will pop up on this report quite a bit. Obviously, it's already known he's been placed on the injured reserve list, meaning he will be missing at least the first 4 games of the season. But the latest news that we have received was last week when Texans GM Nick Caserio declined to answer any questions regarding the status of Joe Mixon. Obviously, we don't know if that means more bad news or if he's just the type of guy to hike that mountain when we get there, considering nothing can be done for the first 4 weeks of the season anyway. If you have drafted Joe Mixon, make sure you have the insurance policy of Nick Chubb. Jared, I'm talking to you. You're an idiot, and I hope this backfires on you.
Next up.
You want to go, Majid? You want me to go?
I'll go on Justin Jefferson. So we got Justin Jefferson next with a hamstring injury. So according to Newsweek.com, Justin Jefferson's hamstring issue isn't as little as it once conceived. This is actually considered to be a long-term maintenance thing. So due to the amount of hamstring issues Jefferson has had in the past, do not be shocked if the Vikings err on this side of caution with their superstar throughout the year. Tricky news for fantasy owners, but no worries. You obviously still play him as long as he's out there. So back to that is just Jefferson. He's a wide receiver one on
It's
most
the same
people's
goddamn hamstring every
and hamstring
single
as last
year.
year
The thing
every
that's
time.
knocked him out for 6 weeks a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I
No.
like I don't believe it's gonna hold him out of any games at this very moment, but just considering the fact that it's still an issue, yeesh.
The fact
Yikes.
that it is a divisional game, I see them playing him, but I don't know if he's really not healthy. It's not worth it. But
Yeah.
primetime game, division game looks like he's gonna play.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Want to go ahead, Niagara?
Yeah, next up we have Chris Godwin, who isn't a full year removed from completely snapping his ankle in half, was a surprise activation from the PUP list prior to the start of this season. This action was so that he could return sooner than the 4-game minimum required to sit out if he stayed on the PUP list to start the year. But it's looking like it's a 99.9% chance that the season opener will not be his return, as he's missed practice this Wednesday. But good news for Godwin owners, you'll be getting the return much sooner than anticipated.
Yeah, kind of a surprise that he was activated so fast.
Yeah.
I thought it would take some time. Because when we were talking about players you don't want to draft, when we were discussing Chris Godwin, we were under the impression that it was going to be like a 6-week timetable at minimum.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
it's nice.
But we're still standing on it, though, because Emeka Egbuka.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But even that, like, he's not returning this week. He's doubtful to
Yeah.
play. He's still, going through rehab for it. But it's looking
It was a
like he's
disgusting
not
injury.
going to miss the 4 games. So he'll probably be back at least week 2 would be the soonest I could assume. But, yeah. Next up, we got Jawan Jennings dealing with a calf issue right now. Coach Kyle Shanahan Obviously, we know his word is bond. That was for all my Christian McCaffrey people that drafted him last year. Anyway, Coach Coach Kyle Shanahan stated that Jennings will be a limited practice participant again this Wednesday. It's unclear what the fuck is going on with Jennings and the 49ers, but a few guesses from reports out of their camp is that he's ramping up for Seattle week 1. So I guess get ready for him to be available week 1. I'm not too sure, to be honest with you, because nobody knows what the fuck is going on with the 49ers pretty much all the time.
On a medical basis.
But I would say just keep an eye on it. So yeah, that's it for Juwan Jennings.
Yusuf, you ready?
I'm ready. Jaden Reed with a foot injury. Reed was a non-participant in practice on Wednesday due to his nursing of a foot injury. Not necessarily the best news for Reed as of late, as he's even gone on to say he can't run a single route without feeling some sort of discomfort. He's currently rehabilitating a Jones fracture in his left foot, which is really hard to recover from based on studies that I've done. So get ready for the possibility that he is out week 1. So that means owners of a one Matthew Golden
Oof.
We'll get to
could
him.
be
Don't
big.
You
worry.
better eat. You better eat.
Imagine, close this out.
Tyreek Hill. So Tyreek Hill's dealing with the oblique injury. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm not a fucking English major,
You
but
said it right. You fucking-
Oh yeah, we do it big over here.
oh shit.
Hill has been ramping up his practice participation since missing 3 weeks earlier in camp. He logged a limited participant day in practice Wednesday. It's more likely than not he plays week 1, but we'll also need at least one full practice log before game day to get the go-ahead from head coach Mike Weedhead Crackhead McDaniel. So keep an eye out on it.
Yeah. Once again, man, the Dolphins are starting out as toxic as they ever could. You have Devon Achane showcasing some early signs of CTE with his Instagram live a few days ago.
That's my RB1, baby.
That's your RB1.
Look at
man.
Yusuf. He's my RB1 in one league as well.
What the
Oh.
fuck is he doing?
Have A-Chain and Tyreek on the same team.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
but that'll do it for this week's injury report. Expect that to be extremely bigger than this week, next week. So, but yeah, that's it for the first staple. But are you guys ready?
Oh,
I'm
Yes.
Are you
Let's
guys
go.
ready? Are those
Make it
are
happen.
those in the audience ready?
mm.
Yeah, we are.
We
Yeah,
have
woo.
the return of the long-awaited. Yusuf, say it.
Booming or bussing.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back after almost 6 months of not being able to say boom or bust. We can finally say it. This is the return of Boom or Bust presented by the Pick Six podcast. For those of you that are new, the way this works is everyone on the panel outside of Naoki, because Naoki will be hosting, everyone on the panel has one boom player and one bust player. The boom player is a player that we are spotlighting for the week that we think will go above their projection, in which we explain why. And then our bust player is pretty much the opposite. It's a player who maybe some of you will have starting this week. It's just players that we're kind of telling you to err on the side of caution with. We're basically telling you they're not going to have the week that they're projected to have. But that is boom or bust. Without further ado, Majid, welcome to the Pick Six podcast and welcome to Boom or Bust.
Bust.
You have the
All
first
right.
player for the boom section.
So for you owners that have this guy like me, Travis Kelce is my boom player of the week from the Kansas City Chiefs. So he does have a week 1 matchup versus the new and nice young Los Angeles Chargers. Isaiah, that's your team, I know.
Mm-hmm.
So his week 1 PPR projection is 11.8 points this week against the Los Angeles Chargers team. As boom PPR projection is 18.4 points this week.
That's a big
So
jump.
Travis, yeah, that is a big jump. So Travis is set for a very favorable matchup versus the Chargers secondary, especially with Rashee Rice suspended. Obviously, we know the first 6 games of the week, or of the year, I should say. And then the questionable status of Hollywood Brown for week 1. He has been questionable the last couple of weeks, so we'll see with him what's happening since he's injury prone. Travis Kelce is going to be looking for more targets this week. I projected he'll be getting around 9 to 10 targets with 6 catches for 65 yards and a touchdown. So don't be surprised if Travis Kelce has a nice little, Travis Kelce primetime game.
I will be
Many
honest,
reports from
bro.
Chiefs. Yeah.
I will be honest. He usually torches the shit out of us.
He gives y'all
Yeah.
dick
Oh,
every year.
I know you still have PTSD from that game in LA, that
Oh
game
yeah,
winner.
where he had what, like
They
three
were playing
Gives
touchdowns.
he
They were
gives
playing
y'all
Ring Around the
dick
Rosie. Ring
every
Around the
year.
Rosie.
I will never forget though when Derwin James pile drived him into the
That
turf.
was
Oh, but
hard. Though.
That was
Yeah,
awesome.
that was hard.
Yeah.
He
But yeah,
still
no,
beat
he
y'all,
he
motherfucker.
always gives us dick, so I can
100%.
understand this one.
And many reports from the Chiefs organization are showing, especially video proof on Instagram and Twitter, this is the hardest Travis Kelce has worked this offseason. You can just by looking at him, no homo, he looks in shape. Probably Taylor Swift made Travis do that, but he does look better, so expect good things from Travis Kelce this year.
I mean, shit. Shit changes when you become a wife.
He is the trophy wife.
He really is.
But thank you, Majid. Welcome to Boomer Bust.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah,
yes, sir.
it's nice to have you here.
Let's go.
I'd like to get us
Happy
started
to be here.
with my boom player. Naoki, if you feel like you need to interject or ask me a question, please feel free to. But my first boom player of the year is Jerry Jeudy from the Cleveland Browns. He's got a Week 1 matchup against the Cincinnati Bengals. His Week 1 PPR projection is 14.9 points. And my boom PPR projection for him this week is 19.8. Jerry Jeudy is entering the 2025 season as the Browns' top pass catcher again, coming off finishing top 5 in the NFL last year in receiving yards. Quite a surprise player for a lot of people. This pick has nothing to do with the Cleveland Browns, however. It has everything to do with the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't mean to come off as a sports media broken record, but it is absolutely still a valid point that the Bengals defense is still a practice squad defense. They were bottom 10 in passing yards allowed last season. They allowed 223 passing yards per game. Now, those who know ball may still be questioning this pick, as both his performances last season against Cincy were questionable at best. Yet I think what's different this year is the man at QB. We don't know how long for, but Joe Flacco is QB1 as of right now in Cleveland, and if his last year in Cleveland showed anything, it's that he's not afraid to air that shit out.
He's going to be slinging it.
Yeah. That being said, I'm confident there will be a lot of targets available to him, as well as red zone opportunities, because the Browns will get on the board. They will get on the board, but I think you start Jeudy if you aren't already.
And Isaiah, I told you too. I would also look out David Njoku there too. So David Njoku is someone you guys should look at as well.
The fuck you all
on that
mad
Browns
about
team.
over there, Yusuf?
Dun-na-na, dun-na-na. We have breaking news. 49ers and Jawan Jennings have agreed on an agreement, a deal that will add $3 million in playtime incentives to Jawan Jennings' contract. So whatever holdout he was fucking planning is over. So my boom player makes no fucking sense now, but it's okay. Rock out with it.
Well, we'll get to that in a second. But Zay, I want to ask you something.
Go for it.
Obviously, you mentioned Joe Flacco, and if anything, told us about last season's Joe Flacco in a Browns uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Told us he's not afraid to throw it. But do you think maybe that higher volume of targets potentially, and with we had a running joke last season about the Jaguars defense having, they were ranked in the bottom third of the league in almost every passing defensive category.
Mm-hmm.
What's to say that this is also couldn't be the case for the Cincinnati defense, that it maybe all of the attention now can go to a Jerry Jeudy with no Nick Chubb there. There's no running game there. They can kind of hone in more of defending the air a lot more with that sheer volume that Joe Flacco were anticipating of having.
Yeah, no, see, that would be very valid for a team that has corners. We're talking about the Cincinnati Bengals, right? So we have Helen Keller on one end, and then we have Stephen Hawking on the other. That's the defense that we're talking about here, okay?
Not wrong there.
Exactly. And we're talking about a Joe Flacco as well, who on his last year with the Browns, he played 5 games, right? Mm-hmm. Can you guys guess how many passing yards he had in those 5 games?
2,000.
Close.
Like 2,200.
1,800.
He had 1,600.
Oh.
He also had 13 passing touchdowns in 5 games.
Wow.
So we're talking about a guy who almost averaged, what? He averaged over 300 passing yards a game, and he averaged almost 3 touchdowns a game in his 5 games with the Browns. So that's what we're talking about here. I'm not saying it's going to be a win for the Browns. I'm not saying it's going to be a 500-yard passing game from Joe Flacco. I'm just saying with everything considered, and like I said with Stephen Hawking guarding Jerry Jeudy, I think it's just an equation for Jerry Judy to have a huge week.
There
Does
we
that
go.
answer your question?
It does. It does indeed.
All right.
Yusuf,
Yep,
you want to
that's my
hit us
boom
with
player.
yours? You want to hit us with yours, Yusuf?
I really
Please.
don't even want to fucking do this shit anymore.
But like,
Uh,
it
He
could
still will
still
have a good game,
happen.
though.
It could still happen because it's
We'll
not
see.
like okay.
Show us some excitement.
my boom player was Ricky Pearsall of the 49ers. His week one matchup is the Seattle Seahawks. His week one PPR projection was 13.06 points. I said his boom projection would be 18.7. Doubt that's going to happen now.
Come on, come
Um,
on.
Entering
This
the
is your
season
team,
against the,
brother.
I'm fucking pissed because if I knew Jawan's bitch ass was going to sign a deal, this would change the story. But no, fucking piece of crap.
It's sad when you know he knows his team lost before the year started. It hurts.
No, I
It
mean,
hurts.
we're good. It's just, I'm
No,
happy
you're
that he's
not.
back.
We
I'm
good
just
in the
mad that
West.
my fucking pick is screwed.
We good
Anyway.
in the West.
Entering the season against a very tough defensive matchup against the Seattle Seahawks, drawing the matchup of Devon Witherspoon in week one, more than likely. Lord knows if that's going to be the case now because Jennings is coming back if he clears through his calf injury. I did
see
say
that-
Ricky Pearsall was the wide receiver one. And you know what? I still stand by it.
There
I
you
still
go.
stand by it. I think he'll be wide receiver one this year with Ayuk out until possibly week 8. And Jawan Jennings, who just returned to practice, still nursing that calf injury. As I mentioned, he was dealing with the contract issues. He had requested a trade. Now they kind of solved the issue. I see Pearsall breaking out and taking his first step into fulfilling his first round potential status as what he is, what he was able to show at Florida as a Gator. I think he's got it's through the roof. But yeah, now it's
Well, look, man. I think Jennings coming back and getting that deal done. I think it honestly takes a little bit of pressure off Ricky Pearsall from having
Maybe it
to
does.
be the wide receiver one right out the gate. You know, because you don't have to be the wide
Facts.
receiver one to get numbers over in San Francisco. You know, we saw
That's
Brandon
true.
Ayuk do it with Debo Samuel as their primary receiver. So
it's very true.
it could be a situation like that. I don't necessarily hate Juwan Jennings coming back for Ricky Pearsall. I like your pick.
Yeah, I don't
Thank
think
you.
I don't think in the grand scheme of things is all that bad.
No.
It just
Mhm.
kind of now Ricky Pearsall maybe doesn't draw the Devon Witherspoon matchup. That just goes to Jawan
To
Jennings.
Juwan Jennings, yep.
And he may my only thing is I don't know, maybe he might not get to that 18.7 boom projection. I still think he might get over that 13.06. But you said, what do you think has to happen even with Jawan coming back, in your opinion, that kind of validates this pick for you now, given that information?
We're playing the Seahawks. That's what it is.
Yeah, division rival.
Division rival.
Division rival. We usually put up large sums of points against them in our matchup. As like you saw how shitty our team was last year, and we went to
And
their
look at
house.
George Kittle.
Kittle's there.
Last week, yep.
We were terrible last year. We put up 31 on them in their own house.
Yeah,
Right,
Kittle
so-
usually gives mean pipe to Seattle.
He always does. And DK Metcalf should be glad that he's no longer a Seahawk because we always locked his ass up. So he's now going to get locked up as a Steeler, which is even better for him, right? But yeah, we'll see. It depends. If the Devon Witherspoon matchup does not travel and it stays on one side of the field, I think that's really going to be like a hit or miss type of thing. It just depends on which play is drawn up for who at that moment. If he does travel with Jennings, I think Pearsall is due for a big day.
There you go.
Cool.
Bus players now. We're gonna
Yeah.
go to the other side of that coin. This
Cool.
has been kind of like this is my favorite part of this segment.
This is the hardest part.
This is the hardest
So,
part to predict. But Majid, would you like to hit us with your first bus
Yes.
player, please?
So my bus player of the week is Zay Flowers from the Baltimore Ravens. So week one, they do got a matchup against the Buffalo Bills. His week one PPR projection is 14.5 points, with his bus PPR projection 9.1 points. So Zay Flowers is the clear wide receiver one for Baltimore. Obviously, we know that. But going to this tough week one matchup versus the Buffalo Bills in their AFC Championship rematch, and their defense of the Bills, I don't see Zay Flowers getting his PPR projection, especially with the other options Lamar has this season. Obviously, with Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews, DeAndre Hopkins. Now they just got obviously
And Bateman.
Rashad Bateman there, Derrick Henry. They're run heavy pretty much. So I just don't see where Zay Flowers does that. As well as he got the Bills last year. I'm not even talking about the playoffs. I'm just talking about the regular season because he didn't play in the wild card. But He was held to one catch for 10 yards last season by DeMar Hamlin. I'm joking, not DeMar Hamlin. But the Bills defense has gotten better this offseason, obviously with the accusation of Joey Bosa and just in general their secondary getting some veteran pieces like Trey White. So I just don't see Zay Flowers kind of putting up those numbers with I see the talent and against the Bills.
Hmm.
It's fair.
Also, being a Ravens wide receiver one is not saying much.
Yeah, it doesn't hold that
Exactly.
much weight, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yep.
Zay, you want to hit us with yours?
Yeah, my bus player is Tony Pollard from the Tennessee Titans. He's got a Week 1 matchup against the Denver Broncos. His Week 1 PPR projection is 12.9 points, but his bus PPR projection is 7.6. I think this is a combination of things. The reason why I picked this, I think it's best to start with the Denver Broncos defense, which I think is arguably the best defense in football prior to the start of the season. But on top of that, they actually were a top 3 defense against the run last year. They allowed just 96.4 total rushing yards last season. This is also a defense who got even better with the addition of Dre Greenlaw and Talanoa Hufanga. Yusuf, I'm sure you're very aware of who they are. They also added defensive lineman Zach Allen, so I'm confident that this just made them even better when it comes to run defense. And to top it off, the Broncos get a rookie matchup with Cam Ward this week. While I do believe in what Cam Ward has to offer as the first pick in the draft, I do think this is a nightmare matchup just for him in general. You know, if you're coming into the year, the number 1 pick in the draft, you're the QB with all the eyes on you. I think getting a Broncos defense is a tough fucking one to start with.
Yeah.
So that being said, I think whether he were to find success or not, I think what remains the same in this game is the Titans' inability to run the ball. And I know running backs are thin right now, but I don't think you should start Pollard this week. I think it's too scary. And obviously you got Tyjae Spears. I'm pretty sure he's on the IR still. So they don't really got too
Yep.
much to back that up if Tony Pollard weren't to have success in the run game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you should avoid Tony Pollard at all costs. This week in particular, this is not speaking on Tony Pollard for the rest of the year.
Yeah. Is there a scenario you think we see oftentimes with rookie QBs, they take some time to get adjusted to the NFL speed, NFL defenses. That includes, we saw with Caleb Williams last year. We've seen it in years past. But Tony Pollard has been consistently one of the most versatile running backs in the league. He can, run out and catch a ball.
Mm-hmm.
He's obviously extremely shifty. He's really versatile. And you think maybe Cam Ward can kind of look to Tony Pollard at the check down game, and maybe he can offer some damage in that department. Do you think that's also a possibility?
That's certainly a possibility. And it would be the only thing I think in this matchup that makes him somewhat fantasy startable this week. But I don't know if against a Broncos defense, if playing the check down game is going to see any success, because you got to get the passing game involved quick against a Denver Broncos team. Because if you let Pat Surtain get in his bag on Calvin Ridley or whoever he's guarding, if he decides to travel or not, then it's gonna get dark fast. And they're so strong with their line. I just don't see too many possibilities where the Titans even win this football game.
Yeah, and we've also
mean?
seen in the last few seasons they've really struggled protecting the quarterback.
And if they go down big, it could get really dark fast. It's just there's not an equation here where I can confidently say that you can start Tony Pollard. Mm-hmm. And the check down thing is a valid point. Don't get me wrong. I just don't see them being able to get that started.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yep. Yusuf, you want to hit us with the last bus player on the list?
Absolutely. I got Devontae Adams of the LA Rams. Fuck you too, pussy.
Saying this is not going to help you. It is not going to help you.
I don't give a fuck who it helps, pussy. I don't give a fuck.
All right, boys.
I fucking care.
Hey. Give us your rationale, Yusuf. Give us your rationale.
Week 1 matchup is against the Houston Texans. His Week 1 PPR projection is 14.45
Can't even say I got
points.
This boy stuttering.
It's okay. I can say this very
scared.
clearly, and you
I
can
know you're
understand.
scared,
9.5 points. 9.5 points.
Uh-huh.
He'll be lucky to achieve it. New team, new scheme. Probably the best route runner in the NFL. There's no doubt about it. I think he's been one of the consensus best route runners of all time. I think. But he's matched up against a very solid secondary in Houston, who's entering this season as a top 5 defense against the pass. They also finished last year in top 10 in pass defense. Obviously, they added C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who is going to be out for quite a while, but they still have big time players on defense here. Derek Stingley Jr. obviously being the biggest name out of all of them, who I genuinely think will get the Devontae Adams assignment.
Okay.
Keep an eye out for that. Obviously, they still have Puka Nakua. Speaking of Puka Nakua, this is the first time Adams answers a team where he's going to be the wide receiver too, the first time in his career. And I think it takes time for him to get settled before you really see him get back to what he once was capable of doing, whether that be late last season with the Jets,
So
whether
Garrett
it be
Wilson wasn't wide
the
receiver one.
figures.
No.
Go look at the numbers that he put up last season. They definitely
Well,
looked like
yeah,
a
but
wide
that's
You
receiver.
could see
because
Aaron
Aaron Rodgers was
But
finger
again,
fucking Devontae Adams all year.
Well,
no,
that's
no,
what
no.
it
I'm
is, though.
saying if you look at the numbers last season, it looks like he was the wide receiver one. Absolutely, there's no doubt about it. But as soon as Devontae Adams came into that team,
Yeah, because
we know
fucking
who the wide receiver
ayahuasca
one
man
is.
was QB.
Yeah.
I agree. On top of that, we throw in the factor of Matt Stafford's health. That's been a big question all
Oh.
offseason. Yes, he's playing. It looks like he's going to be cleared and ready to play. But there's still quite a few questions surrounding how he's going to perform and if he's actually fully 100% healthy. But then again, this man has been playing banged up his entire fucking career. Granted that he played behind no offensive line in Detroit for about 8 years or 9 years. So we'll see. I think there's just too many questions surrounding it. I just don't trust it right now. But eventually, throughout the season, I think he will be a boom player more often than not.
Can't
But
wait
for now,
him
he's
to
a
drop
bust.
20 on your ass, dude. Fuck.
He ain't dropping shit. He's gonna be dropping passes. That's what he's gonna be dropping. Pussy.
Because he does
That's
that.
the one thing he
'Cause
don't
he
do.
does that.
That's the one
That's
thing he
the one-
does
Because
not.
he does that.
He will.
The fuck,
Shit.
bitch?
Watch, pussy.
The only time I ever seen him drop a ball was when with the Raiders when he got fucking
Oh,
popped.
when he was getting hospital
That-
passes.
yeah, the hospital passes by fucking
Not from his best friend, bro.
Aiden O'Connell, or was it Derek Carr? It was Derek Carr.
Yeah,
Both
his
of
best
them, bro.
friend.
Both of
Both of
them.
them are throwing hospital passes.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. When Derek Carr was there, they kind of looked a little dangerous at first.
At
Well, yeah,
first.
he had like 1,700 yards that year where he played with Carr. That shit was dangerous.
And then he got Aiden O'Connell.
Mm-hmm.
Aiden O'Connell.
Well, that's gonna do it for us on
Yeah.
the return of the Boomer Bust segment. Now we're gonna be debuting a new segment on the show. It's called Plug In or Pull Out. I had no part in the decision of the name. I
This
just
is all
Actually, it
Yusuf's
was
idea.
Naoki's idea.
it was
It was
not.
Nike's idea, guys.
If you guys watched our show all last season, we all know to not be the truth. But Zay, could you help start us off with our first plug-in player?
Yeah. So if you guys remember last year, this is a little bit of a spinoff of Must Start, Must Bench.
Yes.
But to start, we mentioned his name a little earlier with the absence of Jaden Reed. Not the absence, it's not confirmed yet, but he's not practicing at the moment. And who I believe to be the new wide receiver one, the actual wide receiver one in Green Bay, because that has been a mystery the last few years, is Matthew Golden versus the Detroit Lions. This guy is a must start this week. I see a very sneaky good week from Matthew Golden against the Detroit Lions defense, which was shockingly horrible against the pass last year. And to be honest with you, I do not see that changing, at least in a week one matchup against Green Bay. But yeah.
What separates, in your opinion, Matthew, and you guys too, Matthew Golden from potentially just being in that pool of just a bunch of wide receiver twos?
Aura.
Because we talk about it with Christian Watson, with Romeo Dobbs. We talk about it with Jaden Reed.
Have those guys not had big weeks before though?
They've had, but we still kind of consider them as like just a wide receiver two room. But
Of
what
course.
separates Matthew Golden from kind of what do you think gets him out of
Honestly,
that
just
room?
his talent, man. I think he's the most talented wide receiver in the class. He's certainly if not, I think he's the fastest. Why do you
Do you
look
think he's the
like
most talented receiver in the class?
that? Yeah.
Ooh.
I wouldn't.
I think
Well,
he's
he's
on
not-
that. I think Luther Burden's better than him, but that's a conversation for another time.
All right.
I think Golden though in general, I think Golden is a good acquisition for the Packers in general because Jaden Reed we talked about is out for what 3 weeks, 4 weeks maybe.
Who knows?
I don't know how long
Potentially.
he's going.
He
We
could
don't
even
know how
play
long,
this
but-
week. He could even play.
He could, but we saw what he did in Texas. That's literally all it is. Matthew Golden, like Texas and Houston, we saw what he did. So it's like Yusuf said, aura. I guess that's what you say.
Bro. Let's keep
He
it a
got
stack.
it.
Sounds corny just because it's like TikTok talk, but he does have aura, bro. He literally just generates from around him. He looks
I'm gonna
like
be
he looks like, and you could like see it when he was walking up on that draft stage. You could see this is a wide receiver one.
Yeah, looks,
The
Aside from
suit,
feels,
Egbuka, I like Golden.
and
bro, the
moves like a wide
suit,
receiver one.
Yeah.
the shades, the attitude, the confidence comes out in front of the whole Green Bay, Wisconsin crowd and says,
Draft.
"Hey, Green Bay, let's go!" Like, is their first round pick as a wide receiver in 22, 25 years,
Mm.
bro. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot around him that makes me feel like he's gonna actually be the wide receiver one that they have been longing for since Devontae Adams left. Fuck all
Uh,
this Jay Reed bullshit or Romeo Dobbs or Christian Watson. These guys suck. I'm sorry. Well, they don't suck, but they're wide receiver
and
two.
the fact that Green Bay took it this early compared to all the other receivers years prior
It's
shows you
their
like how
first,
serious
isn't
they
it not
are.
their first wide receiver pick?
In
In
25
Yeah.
years
That's
So
what
in
I'm
the first
so
saying,
it's
round.
bro.
they're serious.
This is the best wide receiver in the class.
Okay. Yusuf, you want to hit us with the second plug-in player, please?
Yeah, Cooper Cup against the 49ers. Fair play. Understandable. The Niners are going to be having Diamador Lenore focused more primarily on up-and-coming receiver Jackson Smith and Jigba, who I think is due for a huge breakout year. It would be smart to start Cooper Cup. The reason I say this, two reasons. One, he's coming into an offense with Sam Darnold, who is a gunslinger of a quarterback, and he showed it last year with his early MVP rise to the rankings. Obviously, I think he was a top 10, top 5 quarterback last season. Um, Second reason, he knows this 49ers team front and back.
Yep.
Do I think obviously there's going to be some challenges considering that Robert Saleh is back now at the helm for the defense? Yes. However, we are a little different when it comes to the secondary now, right? We're much younger. We have Malik Mustafa who's entering his second year, Jair Brown entering his third year. And like I said, Diamador Lenore is going to be focused on Jackson Smith and Jigba. So I think there will be a little bit of a factor where he's going to be open. I think he'll get some red zone targets as well. And guys, let's just remind you, this is a former Triple Crown receiver who is the Super
Yep.
Bowl MVP.
And I
Um,
want to make a point really quick too. What has Cooper Cup always been, especially for Matthew Stafford?
there.
He's always
There.
just been
PPR.
the security blanket, the guy who's just
Mhm.
always there if you need a dump off, if you need just a little short like
Get the first down.
5 yard slant. He racks those catches up like he's a running back. You know what I mean? And for Sam Darnold, who's entering a new offense, something he's not comfortable with, it could be nice to have a guy like Cooper Cup there.
Yeah.
When you already have your wide receiver one to take a lot of attention in Jackson Smith and Jigba, I'm not sure how the 49ers are going to play that, but we'll see, because it's the first year of Jackson Smith and Jigba being the wide receiver one. But
I will also mention, my bad, continue.
I was just saying, a Cooper Cup guy who's a security blanket. He's been known to be a security blanket his entire career. This is shaping up to be at least a 10-target game, in my opinion, especially if the Seahawks were to go down.
Yeah, I do. I will also mention that we have second-year corner Renardo Green, who kind of stepped into the spotlight a little bit for the 49ers defense in very dark moments last year. He's got a lot of potential, but I just don't think our corners are quite ready for Cooper Cup. I think he's
And he's
probably
healthy.
one of the best. Yeah, he's healthy and he's one of the best route runners in the NFL.
There
And
you
he's,
go.
It's
like I said,
it's like Yusuf said, it's gonna be a blow, like it's gonna be a back and forth. I think this game easily goes over, each team scoring over 21 easily. So
I agree.
I think it'll be a big game. And it's like when I hear PPR, I think of Cooper Cup. That's the first name
Yep.
comes to mind when I hear PPR. So
Yeah. Majid, do you want to hit us with our third plug-in player, please?
Yeah, please.
oof, this is Isaiah's right here. Justin Herbert versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Justin Herbert obviously coming off, a playoff performance that we wish was a little better, but
What
high
playoff
hopes for
performance?
Justin.
A lot better.
A lot,
What
a
game?
lot
What
better.
game?
Of
What game? I don't know what you're talking about.
we
Majid.
know the game that Isaiah turned off the TV after the first quarter. That one.
Mm-hmm.
Back but
Mm.
obviously, there's high hopes for Justin Herbert this year. He's on the bright side. Obviously, bringing back Keenan Allen was huge for them, getting that connection. Bringing in Omari Hampton at running back. We know how much the Chargers love to run the ball. So big things to come just for Justin Herbert as a whole with Lad McConkey on one side, and then you got Keenan Allen on the other. So
He's just got a lot to prove this week one
Yep.
matchup because of, the playoff game that you stated. Facing the Kansas City Chiefs, who, for the love of God, they cannot win the division against. It's just everything about it is huge. And Justin Herbert, I think he'll step up to the plate, and I think it'll be a relatively high-scoring game. They're in Brazil.
Neutral ground.
neutral ground. So
Do you think that helps?
And Isaiah, you have Herbert as a MVP candidate this year, right?
I do.
My
Yeah.
God, he has him as an MVP
So
candidate every year.
I do. I do too.
Yeah.
Yusuf too. So
Yeah.
He wasn't. Let's just remind you, he wasn't an MVP candidate till he got hurt a couple seasons ago. Let me
yeah.
just remind
Yeah.
y'all, he was, in my eyes, he was the front runner for MVP.
Yeah.
There you
But
go.
I digress.
Zay, you want to hit us with our fourth plug-in player?
Yeah. We got Nick Chubb, running back for the Houston Texans against the Los Angeles Rams this week. I think it's a tough matchup, but I do see CJ Stroud getting into his passing bag in this game, in this matchup specifically, and I think it'll open up the run. And who's going to run the ball? Because it's not going to be fucking Damian Pierce. I'll tell you that. I will tell you that. And as long as Nick Chubb is healthy, I think he can offer at least 15 touches and at least 70 yards. And I'm seeing him getting in the end zone this week. I think not necessarily for deeper leagues. If you're in a 10-team league, if you're in a PPR league and you need a flex, I think Nick Chubb is a perfect flex for this week. So I'd recommend you start Nick Chubb.
So what you're saying is, it's time.
It's time for full Chubb.
That's right.
Yeah.
Do you think I want to ask this also of the panel? With Joe Mixon potentially being out for extended periods of time throughout the year, do you think we'll kind of see a potential comeback player of the year type of season out of a guy like Nick Chubb?
It's definitely a much better situation than the Cleveland Browns, I'll say that. And I think that offers a little bit more confidence for me to kind of present this pick. I can't sit here and tell you that he's going to be the RB1 for the entire season. I can't sit here and tell you he's going to give you RB1 numbers for the time being, that he is the starter. But there will be those weeks where you see flashes of Nick Chubb.
Could we potentially see like a Sonic and Knuckles that they have in Detroit with
I don't think it's
with
that.
the Gibbs and Montgomery with the Chubb and Mixon?
The only reason I don't think that's possible is because of the amount of share that Joe Mixon garners in the Houston Texans offense. Last year, bro,
Yep.
he was getting at least like a 25% offensive share. Mind you, that was because a lot of the offense went down pretty early, and CJ Stroud just didn't have a fucking passing game. So I think that contributes a lot. But Joe Mixon he's a bell cow running back.
Yeah.
He is the running back.
Yeah,
and I think he functions best in that situation. So I don't know if Nick Chubb will have too much of an effect. That's something we'll have to see, to be honest with you. Because I haven't seen Nick Chubb be an RB2.
Sure.
We've
We've
never
only
seen
seen him
that
as an
in my
RB1.
lifetime. So I don't know how it's going to look. But for me personally, that's how I feel about Nick Chubb. I think you definitely start him this week.
Yeah. What do you two think?
Oh, well,
Uh,
Matt just made fun of me for taking him in one of our leagues. And then Joe Mixon got ruled out for the first 4 weeks. And he's been quiet ever since. So,
Hey, he's there for moral support for Tank Dell's recovery. Brothers can help each other
That's
out.
crazy. Let's move on to the
Yeah.
last one.
Yusuf, you want to hit us with the last one?
wow.
Get excited about this one, man.
Come on, bro.
I'm geeked. Rookie receiver out of Ohio State, national champion Ohio State. Emeka Egbuka of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is going up against the Atlanta Falcons. Couple big reasons as to why this is a player for the future and a player that you should start this week. Number one, Emeka Egbuka had 24 touchdowns in a 3-year span in his 4-year career at Ohio State. He's very versatile, reliable. He's been a wide receiver 1 and a wide receiver 2 at Ohio State. So he's got championship pedigree and he's got experience.
The hype is real.
Number two.
ladies and gentlemen.
Big target. He's going to be the Mike Evans replacement. He's a touchdown machine, and he's hard to miss. He makes acrobatic catches like he did during the preseason as well. I don't know if you guys got to watch a little bit of preseason, but he was very impressive. Third reason, Atlanta Falcons, Tampa Bay Buccaneers equals fireworks. It's always a shootout, always a high-scoring game. You guys saw both the matchups last year. Even though Tampa Bay lost both, Mike Evans had a
Baker
big
aired
game.
that shit out.
Baker was airing that bitch out. Bucky Irving had a big game. Chris Godwin had a big game. Emeka Egbuka is going to be there. Godwin probably will not be playing that game. Start Emeka Egbuka. He's going to eat. Mark my words. Also, let me mention, Jalen McMillan will not be available because he hurt his neck. Emeka Egbuka is being thrust as a rookie receiver into the wide receiver 2 role almost immediately. This man is going to eat. I promise.
Guess who's starting him
Start
against you?
him. You,
He's
of
hanging.
course.
He's hanging 20 on your thick ass too.
He'll probably do better than Devontae Adams will.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You can't even disagree.
Hey, Yusuf got a point there. Yusuf, your receivers were on the starter, but Igbuka might be your wide receiver one, Isaiah.
I wanted him. Zay fucking took him the same
And,
round. I was
oh, and
playing.
he will be. And he will be. Don't
Hey,
get it twisted. He will
hey,
be.
I'm gonna tell you
Hey,
guys this.
let's negotiate after the show. I got an
I'm
offer.
Negotiate with these balls, boy.
I got an offer.
Yeah, I got
I'm
an
hopping
offer
on this
too.
guys early. Well, we did talk about Cuff Player the year earlier, but Igbuka's a number 2 right there for me, bro.
Yeah,
Igbuka, I have high hopes
Oh,
for Igbuka this
100%.
year.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Igbuka's.
Those are our plug-in players. Those are 5 guys you need to start this week.
Yep. And then Zay, or actually Majid.
Yeah, let me take this one.
Yeah,
Let me
take this one. Who should people pull out of?
So this week we got
Whoa!
Told y'all this was Naoki's idea.
Whoa!
See, you guys didn't believe us.
Who are
I
you
got the
pulling
text
out?
receipts.
Dog.
It was Naoki.
Who are you pulling out?
Naoki thought he could get away with it. He was
Oh,
a little.
man.
He got excited there.
I did. I'm blushing.
Yes, please tell
I
us
got-
about this player because everyone and their mom wants to hear about this guy.
Listen, Javonte Williams, running back 1 for
No
the
fucking
Dallas
way!
Cowboys. Listen, Javonte Williams shouldn't even be a running back 2 in the NFL.
Shouldn't be a running back.
But shouldn't be running back in general. But he is the Cowboys RB1, which is a shocker, knowing Jerry Jones is running that team. But Javonte Williams has a task against the Philadelphia Eagles tomorrow, I should say, with a high roll of not doing shit. Tomorrow, he's going to face Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Moro Jomo, Aziz Al-Jari, Jahad Campbell, Zach Bond, Nakobe Dean. He's not going anywhere near the line of scrimmage. He's going to be losing 2 yards. So get him the fuck out. Put Turpin. See if you could sub him into a running
Dude,
back.
you're honestly
Put
better off starting Rico Dowdle this week.
Listen,
over Javonte.
You're
You're
honestly
better
better off
off-
starting Jaden Blue.
Yeah.
Listen,
No, yeah, exactly.
Listen, you're better off switching Dak Prescott to a running back and hope he gets a tush push, bro. At this point,
Yeah.
that's how ass Javonte Williams is.
Yeah.
I really hope no one's starting him. I really hope no one's starting him because we got some
If
questions.
you are
if that's the
starting him,
case.
please send us your team.
Look, just stay away from Cowboys running backs. Just stay away.
Just
Maybe
stay
you get a good week from Rico Dowdle, but
no,
especially
Rico Dowdle is on the fucking Panthers now.
away.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. He might be.
See, that's how irrelevant
You know,
they are. We don't even know where they're at.
Jerry Jones might.
Rookie Jadon Blue is low key a guy I would look out for because Javonte Williams is going to lose this spot fast.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're better off starting Jerry Jones at running back.
Honestly, let's be real, bro. Emmett Smith might come back for a game and try to run for the
one hip drop in that man
Him and
is
his
dead.
him and his walker getting
Insane.
Okay, Zay, you want to hit us with our second pull-out player, please?
Yeah, this one's just a little too early. We got Travis Hunter as the next pullout player. He is facing the Carolina Panthers. I brought this point up to Yusuf earlier. I think Travis Hunter is going to be much better on the defensive side of the ball than he will be on the offensive side of the ball this game.
Yep.
This is fucking barn burner, by the way. Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Carolina Panthers.
Game of the week material right
Fucking
there.
Shit, bro.
Christ. But yeah.
I don't know why that wasn't Sunday night.
On God. Yeah, I just think it's too early. Obviously got BTJ over there. I don't necessarily see where Travis Hunter has a huge week, especially coming off the being the high pick that he was. Like I said, defensive side of the ball I think will be his focus this week. I think he will work his way into the offensive side of the ball. But I've been saying it since before he got drafted. Yusuf, you can kind of back me up on this. I said that he should have just entered the draft as a cornerback. I think that he is way better on the defensive side of the ball than he is on the offensive side of the ball. That being said, he's not bad at all on the offensive side of the ball. But I think he is a defensive-oriented player. I think he's just freakishly athletic for the cornerback position. I think he just has all the right traits for it. So for me, this is majority just because he's going to be a focus on the defensive side of the ball. And I know you mentioned that fact too about how, in some leagues you can get points for his defensive contributions. I'm talking just strictly, PPR football with no extra added scoring shit on top of it. I think you bench Travis Hunter this week. This week. we could be seeing something in the future where he is the dynamic player that he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's also another layer, man. Like,
That-
how many players in recent memory have been able to do what Travis Hunter is setting out to do?
That was gonna
Yeah.
be my question actually. Is how do you guys think this is a sustainable thing in terms of longevity for a career to really play both sides of the ball at that rate? You can do it in college.
I don't
but-
want to rule it out because I would love to see it. I honestly
For sure.
would, but it's not something that we're gonna see at the level that he did it in college this year.
Do you think? Do you think there'll ever come a point in his career where he'll eventually just have to pick a side?
Yes,
ball.
and soon.
Yeah. I think he should be a cornerback, man. That's just my honest thoughts. And I'm not insulting him by saying this. I think he can be one of the best corners in football.
Yeah.
Go look in college, bro. In college, he was a good receiver. In college, he was an elite corner.
Yeah, he was.
Mm-hmm.
There's levels, and he
He was out
knows
here
it too.
diving and everything.
He
was
knows
like
it
a
too
hawk.
because all the rumors that we've heard about him possibly even being selecting one position, not once did I hear that he was going to select receiver. It was
No,
always
always
corner.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's what I stand by.
Yusuf.
Yeah. Next player, I got David Montgomery versus the Green Bay Packers. I know this one sounds a little crazy. He usually is the running back to punch it in from like a couple of yards out for the Lions. However, I just don't see his contributions being that big. One, against the Green Bay Packers, divisional rival. And two, without Ben Johnson being there. And I think now is the time for Jahmyr Gibbs to fully take control of that backfield as RB1. I just don't see it being a good game for David Montgomery. I believe if you are not in a league that is 12 team plus, don't start him. Do not
Yeah.
start at all. I don't think it's safe personally. I don't think it's a good idea unless your name is Jared and you decided to draft Mixon in the second round. Yeah, don't start David Montgomery.
Yeah, that point you brought up about
Fuck you, Jared.
about Ben Johnson, I think is key here because if Ben Johnson did anything the best with this offense, it was his ability to be able to contribute both David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, having both of them,
Yep.
having Sonic and Knuckles basically. I think that was his best attribute when it came to handling this offense. And without Ben Johnson here, I mean, we haven't seen it yet, but I don't think it'll be nearly as good as it was, at least for that side of the ball.
All right. Imagine. Here's number 4.
Next one, we got Aaron Jones Sr. from the Minnesota Vikings. This one, in my opinion, against this new Chicago Bears team that's been reconstructed, obviously, this last offseason with the young pieces they have. The Bears seem to lack offense these last couple of years. If you really look deep into their depth chart, their defense wasn't always the worst. It was more just mainly the offense. So Aaron Jones Jr., who I think later on
Senior.
will have senior, who I think is
Oh, he's senior, all right.
who's about probably like 40 years old, still playing. All the injuries he has, and I see Jordan Mason taking a spot. So don't be surprised if Jordan Mason's that starting running back by week 5, week 6 of this year. So just keep a lookout for
I
that.
just
But
think it's a terrible matchup, to be honest with
yeah,
you. That's really
against
where
that
my
Bears
mind
D
goes.
line.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
obviously what we haven't mentioned yet is the JJ McCarthy thing. Being the rookie, being
He is. We didn't mention JJ McCarthy throwing those checkdowns, so that might be like the only small thing where he has a chance of getting where his PPR
Yeah.
is projected. But obviously, the likelihood, obviously, it all comes down to Jettis. If Jettis is out,
That's
obviously we have Addison that's out. So I
That
think
w-
it's really going to come down to that.
that was gonna be my question to you, Magic. I think with the status of Justin Jefferson in question, and kind of with what I said with Cam Ward and Tony Pollard in the previous segment, do you think there is also the possibility that Aaron Jones could see a lot of those checkdown opportunities, given that he might be, apart from Addison, the only other reliable offensive option for JJ McCarthy?
look, I think this changes drastically if Justin Jefferson is not
Is
in the
playing.
lineup. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's a
or if he's
huge
it's a
difference.
loss.
Yeah.
I think we operated this pick under the assumption that
That he
Justin
will be
Jefferson
playing.
Will be playing.
Okay.
I think if Justin Jefferson doesn't play, can we all three agree that you start Aaron Jones? If
Yeah,
Justin Jefferson
100%.
doesn't play,
If Jefferson is out, because
Yeah.
then it comes down, there's only Hawkinson and Thielen, who
Yeah.
Thielen and JJ don't have no chemistry. So
All right.
for sure comes
Huh?
down to that. No, I'm
Oh,
saying,
JJ McCarthy.
yeah,
Yeah,
JJ
yeah.
McCarthy and Thielen don't have. I'm saying
My
because they
bad.
haven't played, and JJ McCarthy still hasn't played a real NFL game where you get to see him play.
Yeah.
I'm hoping good for him, but
Yeah. Zay, you want
Yeah.
to hit us with the last one?
last one player you should not start this week. I don't enjoy saying this because he is one of my favorite wide receivers in football, but it's Garrett Wilson from the New York Jets. He gets the Pittsburgh Steelers this week. This is a horrible matchup through and through. Horrible matchup. One, you got Mike Tomlin, who just had Justin Fields as his quarterback. Mike Tomlin, I'm sure, is salivating at this matchup specifically. Obviously, you got the departure of Devontae Adams. I don't think that's going to help Garrett Wilson in this instance. I think it's just going to be a nasty game from the Jets through and through.
All I gotta
about
add,
this matchup spells anything good fantasy-wise for them.
just talking about this, I think we shouldn't be talking about plug in or plug. I think it's just putting the Steelers defense in at this point. We got Justin fucking Fields
Yep.
playing
And
the game. So
guess who's
TJ,
got
what?
Steelers defense, bitch?
Hey, I got them in 2 leagues.
Yeah, don't say nothing. Don't
who
say
don't got
nothing.
them?
Timbers.
Hey, just letting you guys know, TJ Watt projected he's going to be the front leading defensive player of the year starting week 1 with
Always.
6 sacks, 11 tackles,
I don't know if he'll be able to sack
Forced
Justin
fumble.
Fields that much.
forced
but-
fumble. Oh, with that O line, especially Vera Tucker. I don't know if you guys saw that. He's out
the
for the year.
tricep
He
injury,
just-
yeah.
Yep, out
that
for the year. That's
confirmed?
back-to-back years. Yeah, it's confirmed out for the year.
Damn.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's
He
back
can't
to
stay
back,
healthy.
blow.
back-to-back
He
seasons.
cannot stay healthy, bro.
Nope.
Yeah, bro. So
Get rid of
Does-
him.
Does Justin Fields at the quarterback position, given that Garrett Wilson is one of your favorite players, does that concern you about how the outlook of his season is going to look
Oh,
like
100%.
this year?
It hurts my
Oh.
soul. It hurts my soul. Justin Fields is not a good quarterback.
we're gonna be seeing clips of Garrett Wilson doing the Devontae Adams.
Look, the Jets are going to try their very little hardest to make Justin Fields look like he can still be a QB1 in this league, but it's just not going to happen. It is
Listen.
not going to happen.
Justin Fields at best is a punt return specialist. I'm sorry, bro.
No, he
That's
can
fine.
be a good backup quarterback. Like if you are a team and you need a backup, I would want Justin Fields most of the time to be my backup quarterback. This is not a terrible option to have. It adds a different level to your offense, but this week specifically is fucking disgusting. It is not going to look good. But yeah, if you have Garrett Wilson, I hate to tell you guys, but I don't think you should start him this week.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that you guys spent a lot of draft capital on a Garrett Wilson, which sucks, but I promise you can probably find someone on your bench who can offer more points than Garrett Wilson will.
Garrett
this
Wilson,
week.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's going to round it out for pull out. And that's going to end our fantasy segments of the week. We're happy to bring these back to you. Let us know in the comments. Let us know on social media what you guys think. If you guys have these players, any other additions you guys would have to this list, we would love to hear it. But yeah, Naoki, you
Yep.
have a new segment.
Yep.
Would you like to introduce it to us?
Of course, this is the cooked or raw segment. I will be presenting 5 statements to the panel, and they will individually give their analysis and their opinion on it, and come to the conclusion as to whether the take or the prediction or the statement is cooked, which means it's valid, it holds up, or raw, which means it's a cold take or it just does not hold up. There's no way to really justify or validate that opinion. So I will present you guys with the first prediction. This first one will be a prediction, and it's kind of fantasy related in a way that I'm gonna word this. Fully healthy, Nico Collins finishes as wide receiver 1 at the end of the season.
Raw.
His face.
Imagine, say something, bro. He's
Oh,
asking-
it's me. Hey,
This is your boy, by the way, Imagine.
Hey, this is my boy, and I think Nico Collins is going to be above 1,500 yards this year. But I do say raw because, like I said again, we got one man named Jamar Chase, Triple Crown King. You still got other receivers out there that I still think will provide. I have Nico on that 3 and 4 area for receivers, so I think Jamar Chase will still end the year with most yards, knowing the Bengals can't run.
Yeah, I'm gonna say raw as well for that reasoning. I'm not sitting here saying that Nico Collins won't be one of the best wide receivers in fantasy.
He'll
He
still get
won't
over
be-
15.
He won't
He'll
be
still
the
get over
best.
15. Yeah.
And that thing like, if he's healthy, is a big if.
It is.
Because
Yeah.
he,
That whole team, not just
yeah,
him.
He hasn't necessarily shown that he can be that reliable wide
Yeah.
receiver.
Yeah. Okay. Now, all things considered,
Mhm.
all things considered, the Cardinals, the Arizona Cardinals, will win the NFC West this
Raw,
season.
raw.
Eat a fucking bag of dicks raw.
where,
Fuck is
where
wrong?
did
Oh my
Magic
lord.
go?
Oh my lord. Oh my. Naoki,
Yes, sir.
you been on that?
No, sir.
That crystal.
Okay.
He's been on that raw.
Crystal.
He's been on that raw
Nah,
shit.
He's been on that raw.
This is raw. I think the Rams win this division.
Interesting.
I
Even-
think
even-
disrespectful to even put it near Raw. I think Arizona at best is a 5-win team this year. Even with all the Will Johnson drafted corner, Trey McBride, James Conner, with all that, Marvin Harrison will be lucky to even see 250 yards this year. Okay?
Damn.
motherfucker-
I
Damn.
don't know about
What?
that.
That's
That's
crazy.
kind of crazy.
That was
No, no,
crazy.
crazy.
No,
That
no.
was crazy.
Listen, I think Marvin Harrison is one of the best things ever. But man, Kyler Murray, hey,
Kyler
prediction.
is definitely on the hot seat.
Kyler
100%
will
on
be
the hot
traded.
seat.
Kyler will be traded by week 7.
Yeah,
I hope so because I'm sick and tired of this Kyler Murray thing over in Arizona.
Yeah.
yeah. I put this out. There's a lot of new faces in Seattle at the quarterback position in the wide receiver rooms. San Francisco, there's always a lot of uncertainty when it comes to medical,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
A lot of uncertainty when it comes to that department. And even in Los Angeles, we don't know what's going to happen with Matthew Stafford. We don't know what's going to look like, what that'll entail for the entirety of that offense, right? So
It's valid to bring up.
if
It's
you,
valid to bring up.
that's what I said, all things considered, you can look at it at the surface and think like it's an insane take.
Yeah.
But if you really dig deep into what that division really looks like in an in-depth basis, I know it's still a crazy thing to say that they will win it. That's why I put it out there. But we could see a good year from Marvin Harrison Jr. They got Josh Sweat, who was a Super Bowl MVP
Yes,
caliber
sir.
defensive lineman. You know, James Conner, we joke about him a lot on this show, but he's been a consistent, productive NFL running back in this league. And we also talked about Trey Benson as well earlier. Trey McBride could bounce back and have a good year. And like you said, Kyler Murray's on a hot seat year. He could, and I think he kind of is starting to understand that. And he could just take those reins and just say, you know what, he might just ball out this season. I've put myself out on the show. I'm not the biggest Kyler Murray fan.
No one is here.
No one is here,
No.
right? And so but if we're really considering everything, I'm not saying that it's gonna happen, but it's
Of all years, it's definitely looking a little more possible than it ever has, but it's still very slim. I still think it's the Rams division this year.
yeah.
It's
Well, honestly, at first it sounds like a ridiculous take, but then when you really dive deep into it, it's a fucking stupid ass take. What the fuck are we talking about? It's a Jonathan Gannon offense, for fuck's sake. Are we kidding? This team sucks shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit, bro. If there was any time for them to actually take the helm, it would have been last year.
We're so replaying this when you guys lose to the Cardinals, Yusuf.
And we're not losing
so
to the Cardinals.
replaying this.
Bro, my point is, like, if there was any moment for them to kind of take that helm, it would have been last year. That's just my opinion. Now the Niners got Salah back and they're healthier.
Yep.
The Rams are better. The Seahawks are better.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck did they do?
I'm
Ooh,
not
Josh
saying you're
Sweat.
wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. None of us are
That's a-
actually saying you're wrong.
No, I know. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to emphasize how ridiculous that take. No, this is nothing new. I know it's just a statement given to the panel, Naoki. So fair enough. It's a fair conversation to have, but it's still insane. I don't think it's gonna happen.
All right, so we
Yep.
got another unanimous Raw.
Yeah, another one. All right. We talked about this player earlier when it came to the pull-out, plug-in segment.
Mm-hmm.
Travis Hunter finishes in top 5 for both offensive and defensive rookie of the year.
Mm.
That would be kind of crazy. Imagine he won the award for both sides.
He's on the Jacksonville side. There's not a lot of
Raw.
expectations, but
Wait, you're saying top 5 on each
On
category,
each
like
category.
offense
Yeah.
and no
both.
raw no.
do you think he
Yeah.
finishes on either one?
I could see him finishing on defense.
I think he can win Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
That might be
I
raw to
think-
a lot of people, but I think it's raw for both sides. But I think you cooked for either side because I think it's possible
Yeah.
that he could win
For
either
one,
side.
for either way.
But I
Yeah.
don't think it can be considered for both. I just think that'll entail way too much for him to be able to do that.
I hear
I
you.
also think if he does not pick one side of the ball to play this season, I don't think he's gonna have a healthy year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's another thing. Another
That's a
angle.
big that's a big thing because on offense you're getting hit, on defense you're hitting. So it's like
Double whammy.
that's what I'm saying, you know? So it's like
Yeah.
how many, it's not even about the stamina too, let alone you're playing on both sides of the field the whole game.
Yeah.
But it's just how much can your body physically take that?
Yeah. Follow-up take. Could we see him decide a position, or the coaching staff decides a position for him within the season?
It'll have to be the coaching staff because he's never once stated that he wants to pick one side of the ball.
Yeah.
I think
Do
he's
we
got
do
too
we
much
foresee the
pride.
team eventually just giving him a solidified one side of the ball position, but within the season?
If things get bad quick, or if things with his health become a risk, then the team will have no choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'll have to pick a side for him, but it'll never come from him personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
The penultimate statement: Jackson Dart starts by week 5.
Cooked.
Cooked, yep.
Semi-cooked.
Oh, medium rare.
White boy of the year right there, actually.
I think he starts
Stated,
by like
stated by yours truly, Yusuf.
yeah, I
Let's
did
see,
say
was
white
it-
boy of the year. I think he's going to be starting by like week 9. But if the statement is genuinely just he's going to be the new starting QB by the end of the year, I believe so.
Yeah, I like
I think-
Jackson Dart a lot.
Yeah. I do too.
I think by after week 5 is valid just because looking at the Giants schedule now, you got them playing Commanders, Cowboys, Chiefs, Chargers, Saints, and Eagles. The only 2 games I see them potentially winning with Russ is that Giants game. If with obviously
You mean the Saints game?
the Cowboys and the Saints. I'm saying with obviously the Giants defense being what it is. So if they could lock up CeeDee and George, and then obviously that Saints game, that should be a clear
Talk
cut
about
win.
a fucking gauntlet of a schedule, dude. I didn't know it was that
Yeah,
bad.
bro. You're not beating the Chargers. You're not beating the Eagles. You're not beating the Commanders opening day. I mean, and you're not beating the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
3
with
divisional
that being
games in the
said,
first 6 weeks.
I can see it even more. I can see it happening earlier, to be honest with
You
you.
think so?
Yeah.
Call me a crazy man. I could see them starting the season off 2-1 or 3-0.
Interesting.
I wish I could smack the shit out of you through this computer.
Call me
did
crazy.
you
They
just say?
weren't far off from beating the Commanders in both games last season. It's the fucking Cowboys without Micah Parsons now, and plus their defense is astronomically better this year against the Cowboys.
You're saying
And then the
New-
Chiefs Giants.
No, I want you to pick it right now. You're telling me right now the New York Giants are finishing 3-0 the first 3 weeks of the season.
I think 2-1. I'll say 2-1.
Okay.
I think
you said-
their only loss will be against the Chiefs.
Okay, I can see what you're saying from there, but Yusuf, question for you: like, how fucking retarded are you?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Like,
We'll revisit this when
we will. I'm telling you, the Cowboys is the only game maybe potentially besides the Saints that they will win. Commanders opening day. I'm sorry, bro. You see the team that got Terry McLaurin.
They got a fucking retirement home on defense. They got a
Listen,
retirement
bro.
home on
Do
defense.
we need to bleep that in the edit?
No.
Okay.
No. Listen, to all my special needs kids, I'm there with you guys. So
I hope
That
we
made it
clip
better.
this. And
Bro, you
I pray to God that this actually comes to fruition and we have this clip. God, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah, I
Continue.
bet you
Next
can't.
take.
All right.
That
Fine.
oh,
We'll say for this take, we'll say cooked because I agree essentially that
Yeah,
Jackson
that was a
will
good
be a
one.
starter.
That was a good
Yeah.
one.
I cooked. Yusuf Sartar.
You got one more
okay,
for us?
let's go.
I do have one more. Let's put our feelings to the side for a second because
Okay.
these are involving 2 particular players that none of us are particularly fond of,
Okay.
given the historical context of our show.
Okay.
But for my last prediction, DK Metcalf on the Pittsburgh Steelers will catch 10 plus touchdowns this season.
Cooked. He's the DK Metcalf hater. I like DK Metcalf. And with Aaron Rodgers over there, damn right he's catching 10 touchdowns.
10 touchdowns?
I think it's going to be oddly a good statistical season for both of them.
Yusuf?
It
Maybe the
pains me to
yards
say
won't be there.
this,
Maybe
but
the yards
cooked.
won't be there.
Hmm.
Yeah, bitch.
Wow.
I fucking hate DK Metcalf, but there really is no other option on that offense.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
thin.
It could just also end
They're
up just
so
being
ass.
really, really bad.
Yeah.
Like on all
That's-
fronts.
That's where
If
I'm
they-
at. I'm a medium right there because it's like you said, 10 is probably the best case scenario. him getting those 10 touchdowns. But it's really easy for the whole team to go, the complete opposite direction, bro.
Yeah,
So
that's the
I
most
don't know if
probably
they're
the
gonna rely on
most.
running heavy or Pat Fryer move. I don't even know what's on that team.
It might be the most like boomer bust
Dewan
team that went.
Johnson.
Word. Well, that's gonna do it for the first edition of Cooked or Raw, presented by presented by me. Uh,
Yeah.
let's get into the
Ugh.
final segment of the show.
Presented by Dude
Yeah,
Waves.
guys.
Yeah.
We got Street Logic Sports games of the week. Each of us have chosen a game that we're going to put the spotlight on. We've chosen the results for that game. Um, Without further ado, I'll get us kicked off here first. I've got the Green Bay Packers versus Detroit Lions, a divisional matchup. We got a lot of divisional matchups in this week one, by the way. It's going to be very entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
I got the Packers versus the Lions. Both teams coming in with a new look. Matt LaFleur still being at the helm for the Packers. However, they got a new potential wide receiver one, and a new toy to play with on defense now with Micah Parsons, right?
Toy to play with is
Who they just
crazy.
made. Yeah,
Insanity.
pause.
That's crazy.
Play. But then also we get a new look Detroit Lions without Ben Johnson as the offensive coordinator. So two huge things to keep an eye out. This is arguably one of the most, if not the best division in football last year. I think it probably was the best division in football last year.
Yeah, this game's gonna hit like crack.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fire. We get this in week one. It's crazy. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited to see how each team fares. I do think the Packers edge this one out. Pause 24-21.
Insane.
I think
Crazy.
Matthew Golden has a big debut. I think he kind of shines a little bit
I think
as
Josh
the new
Jacobs
star.
has a good day too.
Yeah, I think Josh Jacobs' good form carries over from last year. I think Jordan Love will establish himself as a perennial superstar, like all pro candidate. Yeah, I'm excited to see how this game fares out. And I think Micah Parsons, if healthy, will
If
establish his place as the guy
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
on defense.
Imagine you want to hit us with yours?
Yep, so I got the Baltimore Ravens versus the Buffalo Bills primetime Sunday night rematch from last year's playoff divisional firework game. Came down to the wire. Obviously, Baltimore fell short on Mark Andrews' buttery fingery hands. Um,
Very
I go with
unfortunate
this.
ending.
Yeah, I think this game, obviously for me, why I have this game of the week is just like I said, kind of coming back from last year. It's exciting. You got Josh Allen, you got Lamar, you got two top three QBs, former MVP, projected MVP, all playing together. Let alone with obviously just I guess the fire in the Ravens from last year, the way they lost, the way it's all about Lamar now. What is Lamar going to do aside from the regular season going into the playoffs? A lot of talk there. And then obviously the Bills being held back by the Chiefs. But I do have the Baltimore Ravens sneaking away with this one against the Bills 28-23. I just think Baltimore has that little, fire in them after last year's loss to them. So I just think they kind of take it. And Buffalo Bills are known to start off the year a little bit slow, a little slumpy, and then they kind of just go off from there.
Magic, can you
So
do me a favor and tell Yusuf the statistics that Lamar Jackson is going to put on his ass?
Yusuf, so Lamar Jackson's going to first get started with 19 out of 25 passes with about 300 yards, six belt to asses to Yusuf's big roundy chubby ass. On top of that, he's going to be running right through you, Yusuf. No pause on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Lamar Jackson's going to come out with 27 to 31 fantasy points this week.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Granted,
for sharing that.
I never denied that he was going to have a bad game, by the way. I never denied that he was going to have a good game.
I know you
Forgive
have
me.
you have no choice but to just sit there and take it.
Take it.
You have
Neither
no
did you
choice.
You know,
deny him.
if he does all this and you still lose the fantasy matchup, what the fuck is going to be your excuse?
Well, his excuse is going to be
I'm
how you
coming
till
on
the
here
second.
then. Hey, next week I'm coming on here. I'm airing this shit out. I'm airing it out.
No, don't air
if
it
I
out.
lose
Just
next week, no,
put
no.
your hand up and say, I suck ass. I'm a bitch. Yusuf
Okay.
was right.
Oh, I can't.
I was
fucking
wrong.
Wait.
Can we
No, I
can we
cannot
just take a
fucking
step
wait.
back? Can we just all take a step back and realize how Yusuf till this second has still not denied what Lamar Jackson will be doing him, going
Yeah, no,
right through
he took
him,
it. He took
belting
it.
his
He
ass.
took it like a
He
good
just
boy.
took it like a good girl, bro.
Imagine, take your shirt off for the people.
Let's all take our shirts off.
What?
Hey,
We've gone to this part.
Everybody
of the show.
get naked.
Oh man.
Yusuf
Zay,
first.
what's your game of the week, Zay?
This is kind of spoken for, but my game of the week is the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Kansas City Chiefs in Brazil on Friday night. We got Friday night football to kick off the NFL season. We know how these games go between the Chargers and the Chiefs. They're always nail biters. They're always close. Granted, we haven't been on the A side of a lot of them recently, but I still think it's going to be a good game nonetheless. And I do think that the Chargers come out on top week 1 against the Chiefs. I think we start out making a statement. I think Justin Herbert makes a statement following that playoff loss. I think our run game makes a statement. Omari and Hampton, don't forget about him yet, guys. I think he makes a statement. I think Ladd McConkey makes a statement. I think Keenan Allen coming back, it's huge. With the Chiefs, I just think that I don't know. I think they're gonna have a tougher start to the year than they've had in years prior. They always start off really hot. They finish hot too. I mean, it's fucking Kansas City Chiefs. But I have the Chargers winning this one 27-24. I think Justin Herbert has over a 300-yard passing game. I think Ladd McConkey has over 100 receiving yards. Yep. I think it's going to be a very strong game from Justin Herbert.
I'm not mad with this, Isaiah. I still personally have the Chiefs over the Chargers only because the pet zebras are in their pockets. That's just really for me. You are right. The games always come down to the wire.
Mm-hmm.
I think this game is more about the Chargers game to lose than it is the Chiefs to win, because in the end of the day, a lot of these Charger games, they kind of beat themselves with certain turnovers or not converting on like 4th down. So obviously with the Chiefs
it's always
missing,
the Chargers game to lose. It's always
that's what
the
it is.
Chargers
But
game to
with
lose.
Rashee Rice obviously starting out, obviously the Chiefs still have that little fire in them. Obviously getting their ass belted by us, Naoki, in that Super Bowl. So I do see them want to make a statement. But the fact that the game's not in Kansas City or in LA, it's just neutral grounds,
Can we at
garbage
least all
field.
agree it's going to be a fire game?
Yeah.
It is. I think so.
Yeah.
Week 1, I think it's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
It'll be close. Regardless, whoever wins, it's going to come down, I think, to a field goal.
But see how I complimented what Herbert is going to do? I'll gladly take that, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
You'll gladly take a lot of things.
Wow.
Say more?
No, I'm good. Naoki, your game of the week, please.
Yeah. I have the LA Rams versus the Houston Texans. I don't know about you, Majid, but I purposely didn't pick the Eagles game because obviously we're extremely excited about that game tomorrow night. We're gonna raise the banner
Easy
and everything.
dub.
Easy, and it's
That's
also
going to be
it's
like
gonna
40-14.
right. But there's the reason why I picked this game. I was kind of looking to the schedule, and
This
apart
is a
from
low-key banger.
apart from the 3 games that the 3 of you have mentioned, there aren't really any other games that are extremely exciting.
Mm-hmm.
But this one I was kind of really looking forward to. One, I think CJ Stroud is going to come out and make a statement, as Isaiah would say, kind of say like, I'm back. Last year was a sophomore slump, but don't forget about me. I am here. Remember what I did as a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
I think even regardless if Joe Mixon plays or not, I think we're expecting a decent game out of a Nick Chubb. And I think obviously the Rams defense last year was amazing, given that a lot of them are young players and a lot of them are on rookie scale contracts. A lot of them are still back on this team, and we're uncertain about the quarterback situation currently. And look, it might just take one really bad quarterback hit for a Matthew Stafford, and he's out for the game, and it could happen early. Will Anderson Jr. could just get to the backfield, and hit him, and that kind of shakes up the entirety of that Rams offense.
Hey, look out for Jared Verse, though.
Yeah.
Defensive player of the year.
Yeah, he did great last year, but I think he's really gonna break out this year. So
Kid's a dog, dude.
and depending
He still got Brandon Fisk on that line as well.
Yeah.
Braden Fisk is nice
Braden
too.
Fisk coming.
Yeah, and look, depending on who draws the Derek Stingley matchup on the Rams side, I think it'll be a high scoring game. I got the Texans beating the Rams 31-24. I do think that the CJ Stroud is really going to be on a mission in this game to prove a lot of doubters
This
and
shit's
haters wrong.
screaming Nico Collins legacy game.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to disagree with you on one thing, though. You said there weren't many other games that were exciting. I beg to differ. I think this is the best week we're going to have in a long time.
Yep.
I got Bucks Falcons over here.
Fireworks.
Yeah.
Bengals versus Browns is going to be a sleeper game because, again, this is a divisional matchup.
Yeah, I slept on that one a little bit.
Seahawks.
Yusuf, before you keep going, this is actually great. We're going to do this quick. We're going to speed run it. Okay? I'm going to list I'm going to list every single game from week 1. I'm going to need all of you to quickly tell me who is winning that game.
All right, let's go.
Don't give me a score. Just tell me who's winning it.
Okay.
We ready?
Gotcha.
Yep.
Cool.
We're starting out with Cowboys, Eagles.
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 All right. Chiefs, Chargers.
Chiefs for me.
Chiefs.
Chargers.
I'm not
I'll
mad
take
with
it.
Chargers, but
You
If
said
I-
Chiefs, Yusuf?
Yeah.
All right, word. Well, I got Chargers. Next up, we got Dolphins, Colts.
Dolphins.
Colts.
I'm going Colts, boys.
Very reluctantly.
Yeah.
I'm going Miami. But
Where's the
very-
game? Where's the game in Indianapolis?
It's in
Don't fucking matter
Indianapolis.
where that-
Indianapolis.
No, as much as we hate Tua, I still think Dolphins take that.
Yeah, I might take the Dolphins as well.
All right, we got Steelers, Jets.
Steelers. Defense.
Panthers, Jaguars.
Panthers.
Yeah, Carolina.
Games. Look, Carolina's. I'm gonna go Jacksonville. Games in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm going Jacksonville,
I
bro.
think
Bro. Carolina finished the season hot. I think it carries
they
over.
did. Trevor
so,
hot
too.
seat.
Trevor's on the hot seat
Oh,
for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Cardinals, Saints.
I hate you, Kyler.
Cards.
But Cardinals winning, but I
Yeah.
hate you, Kyler.
Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm going Arizona.
All right, Giants, Commanders. Yusuf, this
Commanders.
is where you shine.
Washington.
Giants.
Shut the fuck
Commanders.
up, bitch. You know the Commanders are winning that game.
I love Jaden Daniels, but I got Giants.
I hope
Actually,
the Giants win.
I got the
Yeah, I
Commanders,
do.
man. I got the Commanders.
that's your actual.
Commanders.
What's your
I
rationale?
got the Giants.
I know we're being quick with this, but what's your rationale behind the Giants?
He already explained it to us.
I
He's
yeah, I did. I
he's
mean, I
a
think
bitch made
what
and
Fire
What
D
did Ma-
line.
what did
Malik
Magic
is
say? He's
good. Russ.
retarded?
Yeah. That's true. My
Yeah.
bad. I thought you were
We'll
joking.
come
We'll
back to
replay
this.
this.
All right.
We'll come back to this.
All right.
Bucks,
Hey,
Falcons.
Fair enough. Continue.
Bucks,
Yeah.
Falcons. I'm going Bucks. Falcons always take them, and it's gonna be exciting. But I got the Bucks.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the Bucks on that one.
Yeah, I got Michael Penis legacy game. I'm taking the Falcons.
Okay.
I love Baker so much, but I got the Falcons in this one. I think.
Are we gonna get the Kyle
the Falcons
Pitts
offense, man.
legacy game?
Fist pump. Yeah.
Are we gonna get the Kyle Pitts legacy game? 2
Fuck
catches,
no,
10
we
yards.
aren't. Fuck no, we aren't.
I think Bijan and Draco are gonna eat.
Yeah,
Bengals, Browns, ladies and gentlemen.
Cincinnati.
Browns.
Cincy.
Yeah, I think
Browns.
I think the
I
Bengals
think
finally.
it's gonna be an ugly game.
I think the Bengals
I think-
finally do what they haven't done in a long time, and that's win a Week 1 matchup.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
Browns on this one. Games in Cleveland, 2 minutes from their home, but it don't matter. I think it's
Fuck
gonna
off.
be an ugly game. I think, listen, Yusuf, I know you're the retard here, but listen, I think it's gonna be an ugly game, sloppy, low
Fucking
scoring.
Crazy.
I think it's gonna be like a
Jeez.
13-10, 21-18, 21-15. It's gonna be an ugly game. That's all I'm telling you.
All right.
It's so hard being the older person in this.
Yeah, man, I got
Continue,
Cincy.
please.
Next up, we
Hey.
got Raiders, Patriots, which I think is low key a good game.
That's a
We
sleeper
got
game.
Gino versus May. What are we thinking?
I got Patriots. I don't know who the fuck Gino's gonna throw to aside from Brock Bowers. So
No, fair.
I
I'm gonna go Patriots as well.
Forget about Genti though.
I got the Raiders. Low key.
Dog water in the preseason.
I think I'm gonna take Vegas on this one. I think we might shock the
Interesting.
world.
I'm gonna go Patriots, but I think it's a close one.
Hey,
Next
hey,
up,
we're go. Yeah.
next up, we got 49ers, Seahawks.
I got.
you know who
Seahawks.
the fuck I'm gonna say.
I got Seahawks.
I got 49ers.
I got 49ers.
I got
I
Seattle.
too have the 49ers.
All right then. Next up,
I think C-Mac has a game.
Titans, Broncos.
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 Yeah,
Broncos.
Broncos.
a wash.
Lions, Packers.
I gave y'all my prediction.
Yeah.
I think
Magic.
Packers.
I'm gonna go Lions. As much as I know, I love the Packers D line, but I think Lions still pull through on this one. It's a close game regardless.
Yeah, they might take the Lions as well.
I'm going Green Bay, man.
Split.
Green Bay.
Hmm.
Texans, Rams. Naoki, you obviously already introduced that one, but what do you guys think?
LA. I'm going. It's in LA. I'm taking LA.
I got Houston.
Yeah, I got Houston as well. I think, like I said, Nico has a huge game. I think Texans take this one. But we got two more. We got Ravens, Bills. Sunday Night Football.
Ravens.
Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm going the Bills.
I'm going Buffalo as well.
And then to close out Week 1, we got Vikings, Bears.
Going Minnesota, regardless if Jettis plays or not.
I think this,
I
oddly
think I
enough,
got
could
it.
turn out to be a really good game.
Yeah, I think this
It's a divisional game. It's a divisional game. So
I
regardless,
got
it'll turn out to-
Chicago.
Low key, I might take
Chirac.
Chicago. I'm gonna take the Bears on this one.
Ben Johnson is there, but I
If-
still think Minnesota will come out this
I
one.
think if Jettas doesn't play, I'll give it to Chicago. But I think if Jettas does play, I think it gets interesting.
Yeah. If
I
Jetta
think
plays, I think
regardless.
if Jetta doesn't play, I think it's the Bears win, and if Jetta plays, I think the Bears win.
Hey, I have a thing for the panel. I have a thing for the panel.
Okay.
We should do each of us. We have week one predictions. Every week we do our predictions. We keep a score count on our record, and we have it like a little game from now to the end of the year, and post it on Instagram.
Oh, trust me, boy.
A
I
little
got.
point system.
I will record every single one of these predictions, and I will make sure that they are out there at the end of the season. Don't worry
Yep.
about that.
But
But
sounds good. We'll have like a little.
that being said, this has been Pick 6. We are back. Football is back. When you watch
So,
this,
week one is here.
this will be your pregame show for tomorrow night's Thursday night football game.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you tune in. Thank you guys for listening. As always, you know where to find us. We're on social media. YouTube, Street Logic Sports. Instagram, Street Logic Sports. TikTok, Street Logic Sports. Twitter, Street Logic Sports. Threads, Street Logic Sports.
You can find this one on YouTube. There's
Yeah.
a video.
We are on video now as well. Let us know what
You
you
guys want
guys
to see
think.
Yusuf cute?
Yeah, you can
Watch the
finally
video.
goon to Yusuf all day, which a lot of you apparently like to do in the Instagram comments.
True. You're not alone.
But yeah, thank you guys. As always, we will be back next week.
We'll catch you on next one.
Goodbye.
Hey, yo.
Cheers.